What up, YouTube? One day, I'm gonna do a collaboration with this guy, I promise. Today, we are going to talk about marijuana.
You know that we can really ease your mind.
Ganja.
It must be the ganja, it's the marijuana.
Mary Jane.
Are you high enough without the Mary Jane like that?
I used to have a crush on Mary Jane from the first fucking Spider-Man movies, except she had messed up teeth. I was wondering how long it would be until I finally had a video talking about a drug. All of the sellout YouTubers have videos like this. The time I smoked weed. Oh my god, the time I did meth. Marina Joyce's entire channel. Although she's on drugs that I don't think we've even discovered yet. But for some reason, everybody just assumes that I'm a big drug addict. So you want to marry Poppy and Helen Keller is your spirit animal, and then all of a sudden you're addicted to weed. You guys don't know my life. But here's the stone cold truth that I'm about to lay on you. NeatMike actually does not smoke weed. Oh my god, believe it or not, man. I don't understand how you can't smoke weed and have these
dank memes.
I mean, I don't really care if you smoke weed or not. It's irrelevant. I'm just a little bit too much of a productive personality to really like weed, to really get into weed. I like being up and energized and getting shit done. That's why I'm constantly doing cocaine. Anyways, it's that time again. I want you to get comfortable no matter where you are. I want you to grab a blanket if you're cold, and I want you to grab an iced tea if you're hot. Maybe curl up in the fetal position and start wiggling your toes and make sure you're real damn comfy. Cause old Daddy Mike's gonna tell you about the time he got caught with marijuana in high school. It is time for another Storytime Singles. See, we're moving up in life. We've finally gotten past middle school Mike to high school Mike. At this point, I might just make all of these story times like chronological until I tell you about the time I made a fucking YouTube channel. Worst decision of my life. Let me just start off by saying high school Mike was a very open Mike. Fucking kill me. I had friends from all kinds of backgrounds, and I kind of liked to talk to everybody, no matter if they were some loser kid or in the popular group or whatever. You know, I had friends in every group. So this one day of my freshman year of high school, I talked to this one dude. I know what you're thinking. So what? You fucking talk to a dude. This is the story? This is what I clicked on this video for? But I swear to God, this is the most relevant part of this story. I don't even remember what I said to this guy, but just remember that I went up to this guy, talked to him for about 2 minutes, and that was it. You don't really need to know anything about this guy, but let's just decide to call him Jimbo. This is the part of the story where I fucked up. Even though it might not seem like it, I did. So fast forward to the next day, and I'm sitting in class. And I get pulled out of class to go down to the principal's office. Look at this. This is 2 stories in a row where I got pulled out of class to talk to my principal. I mean, I promise, I really wasn't that bad of a kid. I don't know why I'm telling 2 stories in a row where I got pulled out of class. But now at the time, I'm thinking that I was a good kid. I'm getting straight C's, not failing anything. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't even drink. So in my head, I'm going down to the principal's office so they can, like, congratulate me on being such a fucking great student. Maybe the principal's gonna ask me to bang his wife or something. See, Mike going through puberty was kind of a dumb Mike. Keep that in mind. I really thought that I was brought down there so that they could ask me to be like a member of the school club thing. You know, like the school board thing where they decide all the events and they work on all the school shit and they're all just fucking nerds. The one that was at our school was called the Key Club. I'm not even kidding. The Key Club. You knew you were a cool kid when you were in the Key Club. They were the cool kids, man. They were even cooler than the hall monitor. So anyways, I go down to the office, and this other guy that I barely know is there. He's in one of my classes. I talk to him sometimes. He's kind of like he's a little bit of a troublemaker kid. He's probably got, you know, some D's and some F's, and I'm pretty sure he smokes a lot of weed. So I sit down next to this guy, and we're both sitting in front of the office, and they already have people in there. And this kid goes, "Hey, dude, I'm down here. They're gonna search me for drugs." And I'm like, "Oh, that sucks, man." "Yeah, dude. You think you can just, like, hold on to this and then, like, I'll just take it back after they're done searching me?" And he pulls out this little bag of weed. And again, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I'm going in there to get praise from the fucking principal or whatever. So in my head, taking this bag of weed from this guy was a no-brainer. I'm helping a brother out. So I was like, "Yeah, man, just here, let me stuff it in my backpack." And I just stuffed it in my backpack. It wasn't hidden. It was just on the top of everything. So then our assistant principal, who was some old fuck, she was just some old lady. She had no idea about technology or anything. She was barely even seeing. You could say she's kind of, you know, got some Helen Keller properties to her. Well, she brings the kid sitting next to me into her office and closes the door. And then out of the other office, our school police officer comes out and brings me into his office. So now that our school police officer is bringing me into his office, I can kind of understand that I'm not about to get some praise. Either my parents are dead or I'm in some deep shit. So the officer looks at me and says, "Hey, remember your friend Jimbo? I mean, I talked to him like one time. Yeah, we found a bunch of drugs in his locker. Somebody told us that you guys are pretty close friends. So I'm sorry to say, but we're gonna have to search your backpack and make sure you don't have any drugs on you. Fuck. What are the fucking odds, dude? Not only do I take this random kid's weed for him for some reason, right before I'm getting a drug search, but he gets searched by Helen Keller's great-granddaughter, and I'm getting searched by the school try-hard officer, some bald guy that looks like he came straight out of a KKK meeting. See, the thing that was fucked up about this is I barely even knew this kid that I talked to one time, and they still decided to search me for drugs. See, here's a story that I believe, that I think is true. I probably had on my record from middle school, likes to make money from huge schemes in school, you know, with lunch tickets and shit. So they probably just assumed that I was going to become some drug lord in high school. I must have had a weird ass record from middle school because just weird stuff happened to me all the time. So I'm sitting there waiting for them to go through my backpack and find the bag of weed that I didn't even try to hide. So he finds the weed and he pulls it out and he goes, "What's this?" "Geez, officer, I don't know. It's fucking oregano." Like, really, what did you expect me to say? "I don't know, man. It's some sort of green plant. Maybe we can test its properties in the chemistry lab." What a dumbass question. So I tell him, I was like, "That's actually not mine. That's my friend's." So now picture this. A little freshman in high school gets caught with weed and then says that it's his friend's. I mean, obviously he didn't believe me because it was a stupid story even though it was true. I mean, what kind of retarded-ass kid takes some friend's weed right before he goes in for a drug search? Who the hell would believe that? So they called my mom, and my mom flipped out at me because she didn't believe me when I said it was my friend's. And then the next day I had some sort of reputation for smoking weed, which I never did. I swear to God, I had friends whose parents didn't let them hang out with me anymore. I don't know how they found out about this, but they all assumed that I was some little bad stoner kid. So this is really screwing up my life. And I decide I have to fuck this kid up. And by fuck him up, I don't mean fight him because I was actually really small in high school. So I went up to him and I made up some crazy story. I had to tell this dude that they were gonna send me to juvie. I was gonna be in juvie for like 2 months and have to do community service and pay $10,000 in fines. I had to really make it dramatic so that he would confess. So this fucking asshole is basically like, "Oh man, that sucks, but if I told them, they wouldn't believe me." And then immediately I realized that this guy was gonna throw me under the bus. And that's when I took matters into my own hands. During my lunch break, I went straight back into the principal's office. I went in there and told them the exact full story. I gave them his name. I told them that I took the weed to try and be a good friend. I was trying to make friends in high school. I really sold it, man. I really sold it to them. And I know a lot of people are like, "Mike, you snitched? I can't believe you snitched, Mike." See, I know that snitches get stitches and all that bullshit, but sometimes snitches get to have the clean reputation in their high school. Fuck that shit. I was snitching, man. I was snitching on this kid. So after I went in there and confessed everything, like literally nothing happened. I still wasn't able to hang out with some of my friends. I mean, they had some fucking overprotective parents that assumed I was like Hitler 2.0 reincarnated. But yeah, like nothing happened after that, so I'm assuming it worked. I just had crazy bad luck. It's just like Rocket League, man. I have the worst luck in Rocket League. Who spends their entire life not smoking weed only to get caught with weed, other than me? So the moral of the story is fuck doing things for other people. Do unto yourself as you want to do to yourself, and fuck everybody else.
Pour that motherfucker down the drain, Mike. Would you use your water bill to try to stay?
I guess I'm special because I treat my subscribers differently and I treat them like real people. Shut the fuck up.